Do you want to see some of the upcoming Wizkids Open heroclix prizes? Me too, so we're going to be covering that and more coming right up. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for our gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafé.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Alright guys, so today we're looking at 3 of the Wizkids Open prizes. I believe this is for the Wizkids Opens, like I think they call them the spring or winter ones. The ones in like February, March, those ones. So we got 2 objects and 1 figure. All of them are, I would say, pretty fantastic. They're all good, and a couple of them are really good. And the one, I think, tips its hand a little bit, and I think it could be amazing, depending on what else comes out that can go with it. So, let's go ahead, and without me rambling too much, let's go ahead and take a look at these. So, up first, we have Corvus Glaive. It's a light object. It is 10 points, has the effect of Blades, Claws, Fangs, regeneration, but only once per game. When this character uses Blades, Claws, Fangs, and the result of the d6 roll is 1 through 3, damage dealt is penetrating. For 10 points, that's pretty good. This is a indestructible object, which is kind of important because some objects aren't indestructible, and that's a way for your opponent to score some points potentially. So you get Blades, Claws, Fangs no matter what. Then there's a period, and then once per game you get regeneration, which is pretty good. I mean, for 10 points, Blades, Claws, Fangs by itself is good. But then, on top of that, if you roll 1 through 6, so your Blades, Claws, Fangs isn't going to go through Impervious, you know, if you roll a 1 or a 2, might go through on a 3. Same thing with Invulnerability or Toughness. So what this does is if you get a bad roll on your Blades rolls, it turns into penetrating damage anyway, so that they're taking damage. I like that a lot. For 10 points, there are a few figures I can think of that this would go pretty good on. Especially with that regen, you might be able to catch somebody sleeping on it, where, you know, they forget that you can regen. Catch them with that regen once per game. I like this one. Next up is one where I like it. I don't love it. It's fairly cheap, but I like what it implies in the future. So this is Remaker Mandarin Ring. It has the effect of Poison Shape Change. So both those are pretty good defensively. Like, they're real deterrents for wanting to base. It's only 5 points. So for only 5 points, that's really good, actually. But the important part that I want to focus on, equipped characters may be equipped with a second object if it's also a Mandarin Ring. So we're going to crazy town here, because what this means is you can have 2 objects on a character as long as they're both Mandarin Rings. Now, I'm not sure if this is retroactive, like for the Invincible Iron Man set from like a long time ago, like when I first started doing videos. I think that was like this 2nd or 3rd set that came out that I did an unboxing for. There were Mandarin Rings in that, so I don't know if it works for those, but it'll be really cool for in the future if they make more of these Mandarin Rings. So like you might get Shape Change, Poison, and then another one gives you like TK and Incap or something like that. There's a really good chance of being able to come up with some heinous combos with these, depending on the figure. So this particular one, whenever I looked at this Mandarin Ring, I was like, oh, this goes right on Daredevil for 60 points. You put it on him, grant him Shape Change so he has a layer of defense. You give him Poison so that de-incentivizes wanting to base him, but of course you're going to try to base with him because, you know, you don't want your opponent to really attack anything else. Like, you want him to basically not be able to kill anything. Again, this object is indestructible, which is good. For 5 points, this is a big thumbs up in my book. I feel strongly about this one. And the last one is a figure. This is Supergiant. She's missing from the Avengers Infinity War movie, but here she is now. It looks like they're using the sculpt from Avengers Assemble, which is fine. But she is amazing in my book. I like her a lot. She has a Black Order and Minions of Thanos keywords. Only 75 points. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this. 75 points. Has one trait, Telepathic Vampire. Supergiant starts the game on click number 3. Mind Control, Incapacitate. When Supergiant uses either of these and hits, one or more opposing characters after resolutions, heal her 1 click. And this may heal her past her starting line. So that is super important there. So what you're able to do is use in-cap or mind control at range, and basically sort of like use steal energy, where you can heal yourself past your starting click. So there's a few different ways to heal her. Other than that, she doesn't have anything. Just a standard, what you see is what you get. She has a 7 range, triple target, which is actually fairly long, I would say, at this point, and triple target's amazing. So at 75 points, she starts with a 7 movement with sidestep, 11 attack, 18 defense with impervious, 2 damage with outwit. And then if you heal her up to her first click, it's a 9 movement with running shot, 12 attack, psychic blast, 19 defense with invincible, and 5 damage. For 75 points, this one's amazing. For 75 points, you can run 2 of her. If you're able to get a hold of 2 of her, I would say get a hold of 2 of her. Minions of Thanos and Black Order, while not the strongest keywords, you figure you can get Mangog. You've got the Prime Thanos that can work with her. You've got the little helper guys from Secret Wars Battle World, whose name is currently escaping me. She has potential. She's got that outwit there to help. It's 75 points. Like I said, you can run 2. That's only 150 points out of your 300-point build. And nobody's going to really want to deal with them. Figure you throw the exo specs on, you throw on a Goblin Glider, give them running shot to help them out. Running shot, triple target, mind control. Crazy. It's crazy town, especially when you start thinking about how many figures right now are on teams. Like, you'd basically be able to mind control a whole team in 1 turn. You could really break up a formation, make things really difficult on your opponent. So I think she's really good. She's a wild dial, which I'm not normally a fan of, but the potential is there, especially at this low point cost, where if you let her ramp up at all, she gets a 19 defense and just massive attack values and damage values for 75 points. You can't afford to let her get out of control, but you also can't afford to just focus on that one thing, because there's enough points left over to where that's probably not even your main attacker. So she is, I think, probably the best thing out of this preview. She's really good. So those are the previews that I have of the Wizkids Open stuff for, this heroclix news-ish type segment. You guys let me know in the comments below what your favorite part of this presentation was. I really like all 3. I like the Supergiant as a figure. I like the Mandarin Ring, just for what it implies. Plus, it's also not bad. And the Corvus's Glaive is actually pretty good. So you guys let me know what your favorite is in the comments below. Always enjoy reading those things. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. That's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.